I can get a couple more. Don't talk to me like that.
Certain as a man, I don't fucking beg. I will never beg to a fucking woman how good of a man I am. That's one thing I will never fucking do. If you can't see that for yourself,
it's popping. It's your boy Mo. About to drop y'all in to the thank you. Appreciate y'all in because these niggas kind of what y'all think. Nice topic. How to get first love experience impact you. Right now they be on this emotional shit. I'm gonna go in here and see what they think they got.
still capable of love. I know what love is. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to throw that in there.
Hey, thank you for that, Nick. Appreciate you. And like you said, it's one thing to be getting up on stage, especially for men, man. When we know whenever we are vulnerable, man, it's just like a sense of relief sometimes because in society, men are not supposed to open up. Men are not supposed to be vulnerable, and a lot of times that should be like a release. You know what I'm saying? If you know who you are, you know what I'm saying? You know who you are as a man. That shit don't matter. Who gives a fuck what people think? You know what I'm saying? Express how you feel. You know what I'm saying? And when you ready too, because I feel like a lot of women be wanting men to express themselves immediately, and it don't work like that. Especially, as men, we a lot of times we just have trust issues. People use that trust against us, and all different type of shit happens. So you just got to understand that, man, and just bear with him. When he ready to vent or when he ready to let it out, he will.
That's great.
But over to you. Was it DeBron? I know I seen your hand, bro. Did you want to go?
I don't know if he knows
Oh,
how to.
my bad.
Okay, there
Nah,
we go.
I'm here. So, yeah, I agree for real, most def. And I feel like when you fall in love at a young age, I feel like your mindset as you get older kind of changes a little bit. You feel me? Like when I fell in love or whatever at a young age, I feel like my mindset is a little stronger. You feel me? Like to watch out for stuff. You feel me? Like you know that girl's not a match for me because of what she's doing. You feel me? And I used to fall for that when I was in high school, and I know not to fall for that again. You feel me? So I feel like it's you can fall in love while you're young, but at the same time, your mindset in that love can change like a lot for real because of your experiences. You feel me? Like 15, 14.
That's crazy.
You can know your worth. Change. You feel me? And then it's gonna be a different love. You feel me? That's what I feel. Most def.
Oh, absolutely. I feel like that is exactly what we take from each experience is some positive or negative outcome. But over to you. Over to you, Mojo.
Yeah, thank you. Shout out my nigga Stack. Shout out, Nick, JT, KB, Miles Sauce, I'm Sriracha. What's going on? My nigga Stack with the pack was talking that shit. And I feel him, right? And I also think that outside of some of the things that some people were saying, I love everybody's perspective, and I encourage you to, be introspective when we make these things. But when I'm hearing like the first love, self-love, it's crazy that we are speaking to this, and some of us are going to our adolescence, and it's odd to me because even in my adolescence, when I'm talking about love or talking about a girlfriend, normally I would think even young men, we kind of practice being a gentleman or learning these things and making discernment just in general because we don't want to have a certain reputation off rip. But when we're talking about our young girls finding love at 13, 14, 15, 16 in their teens, I think it's weird because at what point did she not get taught, chastity. We're putting our foundation on children and placing them in situations like adults, and they're failing. And then we're expecting that to translate into adulthood. It's crazy to me that adults, even when we're trying to talk about love instead of like puppy love, when you're loving somebody as an adult, it's a total different thing than loving somebody as an adolescent, because the things you have to do in life. And when I'm hearing people base their adolescence on how that's possibly their true first love, it shows me a level of possible immaturity, that when we're talking about our feelings and how we're expressing ourselves, because we're coming at it from like a teenage standpoint. And then even to go on to what Stack said about being a young man at before I was 13 or 14, I knew my worth, because that's what's instilled upon me. It was instilled upon me to be a righteous individual. I was taught to be a good person. I was taught to think highly of myself. I was taught to appreciate my talents. I was taught those things. So when I'm hearing, I have to go through a relationship, poor things, I don't have to put my hands on women to know not to hit women. I don't have to harm women and instill from them to know not to do that. I don't have to fight niggas or argue with niggas to know that if I, cuss them out, we could fight. So I just hear a whole bunch of fucking excuses. Because at the end of the day, I know I haven't met the best person in the world, but I don't need to see somebody do good to do right.
Now, you see why I said earlier about, being grown up like that, your parents growing up in a two-parent household. That's where I grew up, right? Both my parents were in my life, right? So they already told me what was up with the females, what to look out for, right? I was getting taught that I had older cousins, or I already had a big-ass family. So what you're saying is correct, bro. It was already instilled. I already knew that. I already knew my worth. So the individuals that didn't know their worth, it's cool that you grew up like that and it wasn't instilled in you and you decided to do your own choices. That's cool. You can do your own choices. But I knew I was smart enough to listen to my mom and my dad and the rest of my parents and the people that knew right from wrong. So that's all I wanted to express. I appreciate you. Let's go.
Love.
So I want to say Mojo was talking about the 13, 14-year-old thing. You do know back in the day, our great grandparents were getting married at 13 and 14, right? So this whole thing of chastity and pureness or whatever, it's like that. Like, what are you talking about? Like, rights
You,
all over the world.
because you're
So I don't
speaking,
know what
I'm
you're
sorry.
talking about, sir. And
Oh,
then also this whole thing of how I'm not done speaking, Mojo. So can you mute your mic, please? So and then the other point that you said too about like girls like you know falling in love more. Or what it. Of course, we are socialized different, and of course, we are different beings. There's the women who is more emotional,
this is
men that
easy.
y'all say more
This
logical.
is so easy.
So Mojo, can you please mute your mic? I'm still talking.
It's muted on my.
Like,
It's muted on my thing.
okay,
Mojo,
but
you're
I
not
can still
new
hear
to the
you. I
space.
can
You
still
know
hear
to let
you.
her land.
No,
Yeah,
that's
because
some
I
real
can still
shit.
hear you.
I'm on my computer
So
right
I
now.
don't
That's
understand
mute.
how you muted, but I'm hearing you talk right now. Like, how does that work?
Man, chill out. I don't know who you're talking to. I'm telling them on my computer it says I'm muted.
Okay, well,
But
it's
I'm
not
hearing you
muted.
talk. So how is that possible?
Because I unmute to reply.
Okay, so we're gonna move on here. Let her land her. Oh my god. Um. Well, never
Can you
mind.
hear me
Looks
right
like
now?
she
Sriracha, can you
wanted to
hear me
blast
right
us.
now?
Yeah,
Yeah, we
let
can hear you.
Mojo go. Go
Yeah.
ahead, Mojo. Talk that shit, G.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
That's
Yeah, we can hear
no,
you,
that's crazy. I swear to God, I'll send you the screenshot on my computer. It says I was muted. I wouldn't even do that because I'm like,
bro.
ready.
Bro, send the screenshot. We believe you, bro.
It's like on some real shit. I'm recording and I'm doing all kind of shit. But no, niggas, like even to that shit she's talking about. She said our great grandparents, because she said our grandparents got married at 13, 14. It was actually possibly our great grandparents. Because back in the day with fucking medicine, people died at fucking 55 and 60. The average age of a person now is 75 to 85 years old. So of course they were possibly marrying at a younger age. It's like people are doing these things. If it was even it was even acceptable even now for a grown man or an adult to possibly marry a young girl, you wouldn't do that. And we're talking about our grandparents and our people that are older than us, at those times, they were nothing like the women that are speaking right now. And it's like, even though these women are good women, you guys can have good careers, have some good things about yourselves, but the things that you're making in your personal life, the personal decisions, that doesn't translate to a good wife. You can be a good woman all you want, but the things that you're talking about aren't things that men are desiring.
It's not a good look.
Yeah.
To let him go.
No, it's just like, no, even with these things, we're having these women on the stage right now that are possibly trying to advocate for quote unquote falling in love, or quote unquote these young girls having their desires to be in a relationship at a young age, and it's failed them. Y'all are still practicing the shit that y'all did in high school, and you haven't got a man. Like it makes no fucking sense. You women are still holding on to what it takes to have a boyfriend, and you're in this stage in life where you need a man. It makes no fucking sense. But you still want to operate under these terms and these conditions that you wouldn't even teach your fucking daughters. You would not instill any of these things that you're doing and teach them. Why the fuck are we sitting up here and regurgitating this shit as if it's the gospel, and you are up here asking people to like damn near give you tithes for shit that they can't cash in on? You're not even doing this shit. Women are out here advocating and saying, oh, I'm going to practice the same love I did when I was a fucking kid, and wonder why they can't get a fucking man.
Okay. I'm assuming you're done now. So, also, um, you said the women that are speaking, which is only me. So, I assume you've got to be talking about me, and I am not up here preaching or giving advice to the audience. I've been in one relationship my entire life, and guess what? I met him as a teenager, and I was with him for 10 years. It was a relatively successful relationship, if you ask anybody. But I'm not over here like, this is how you get a man, this is how you keep a man, because we're all individuals learning. And I'm sorry, Mojo, but you are unmarried too. So I don't know if you know the tricks and you're just unmarried for the fun of it. But if you're just unmarried for the fun of it and you just want to stay, oh wait, my bad. You haven't found anyone worth
Yeah.
saving or worth giving your life up for. My bad. Before you say that,
Yeah.
before you say that, let me just say it for everyone. He hasn't fat. Never mind, but that's your business. I know you want to say it anyway, so we'll wait a couple minutes.
You know I got
But no, yeah, you got me. You got me. You always do. Joe, I haven't met the man that I want to be my husband. Just like you haven't met the woman. Just like you haven't met the woman that you want to be your wife. So you can preach to the choir all you want, but you're just as single as I am, brethren.
I'm glad that you tried to
I hate it.
I'm glad that you tried to point that out as if we're in the same boat. We possibly will be on the same boat. We'll be in two different positions. You would be a passenger and I would be the captain. The difference between why I'm single and why you're single, yes, you think that you have the option and opportunities that I have to say that, yes, I have yet to find a woman that I wish to offer the option to reject my hand in marriage. See, I'm in a position that you're in, but I'm on the opposite end. See, you're in the position like most of the women I deal with that after I sleep with them, I don't want to wake up to them every day. The reason why I'm single and unmarried is because I've yet to find a woman that after I sleep with her, I want to wake up to her every day. You are single because the men that you sleep with aren't providing you the option to reject them to wake up to you every day. We're not in the same position. You're in a total different position. If you were in the same position as me to possibly go get your husband because you said you don't have the man that you want, you are incapable of going to go find him, because the man that a woman would truly want would come seek her. You don't want to have to go out here.
Not the entitlement
Wow.
thing. That's wild. This is crazy.
Those are facts.
Well, honestly, let me just chip in real quick because
I feel like we getting off topic. I feel like y'all need to get back on topic because y'all getting off topic. The whole concept of the room is not about who the fuck gonna settle down and who gonna be with who and why nobody can't get no wife or no husband. It's about your first love. Did she break your fucking heart or not? Stop
Thanks,
getting off topic, man. It's
KB.
good
Wake it up, KB.
it's good to dialogue and all that shit, but I'm getting tired of hearing the same shit. Like, all right, Mojo, you got the juice. We know. You got options. Sriracha, you need to be married. Like, we fucking get it, man. Stay on topic, bro. Y'all losing for other people hearing y'all fucking problems. Like, it sounds like we got a whole bunch of animosity and we don't. So stick to the topic. What, like, you feel me? The topic is,
Facts.
how did your first love experience impact you? If you're not gonna speak on that, then just listen.
Yo,
Over to Kev. He had his hand up. He's next
yo,
in the
Kev.
queue.
After Kev, pass it back to me, Sriracha. So, Kev, go ahead, bro.
Before we get back on topic, I just don't like that we got grown ass men in here trying to invalidate how women telling their stories. I don't know this Mojo dude. I don't. How the fuck are you going to tell another woman you talking to her like you above her or something? I don't know if you a celebrity. I don't know if you a millionaire with six figures in your bank account or nothing. It ain't nothing in your life. Like she said, you are single just like she is single. You have options. She could have options. The same way she told you, you did not find the women that you are trying to marry or
Niggas,
inferiority
not
complex
you
or some shit
niggas,
like
bro.
that.
Not you.
I just wanted to say that real quick before we got back on topic because this is living their life. We
Yo,
all grew up in different parts of the fucking country. Everybody has their own life. Everybody grew up in different areas. What you grew up around, who you grew up around is totally fucking different than what the fuck she grew up around. And that's okay. That goes for everybody. Ain't nobody in
Um,
this group grew up living the same life as anybody else in this group. So
all
all
right,
this high and mighty, oh, I'm the captain, you the passenger. You the captain of fucking what, nigga? We in the Clubhouse chat room. What are you the captain of?
My shit.
Like all
Kev,
this high and mighty shit,
Kev,
you are not God. You are not nobody high and mighty. For you to sit there as a grown ass man,
I'm gonna do
on
what I
top of
want.
that, you sit here talking about telling a female, oh, I'm the captain. You a passenger. You sound like a lame ass nigga. I just wanted to say that. That was real. That was real disrespectful. Nigga with a mom, nigga with sisters, wouldn't be talking to no fucking female like he above them or something. And you just a nigga in the chat room with an opinion. Like me, like her, like everybody the fuck else. So,
Good job, Kev. I'm glad
you
you
know, yeah.
off your chest.
So now back to the first love thing. I feel like everybody, same thing with the teenage shit, the 14, 15, 16 shit. I personally can't relate because I got my first relationship as an adult. But same thing with the love thing. People fall in love at young ages. You may not even know what love is, but people fall in love with at young ages. There ain't nothing wrong with falling in love with somebody or thinking you in love with somebody at 14, 15, 16. And our great grandparents was doing shit that we not doing now. But even our parents, my mom and dad met when they was 14 and 15. They still together. They 49 and 50. Motherfuckers can fall in love at a young age and still and know that that's their partner, or they can fall in love at a young age, drift apart, and come back to that person 20 years, 30 years. It don't matter. Love is love. Love ain't got no age limit. Love ain't got no year of consent. Love is love. If you know what you want at that age, you know what you want at that age. You might have met somebody, you might have dated somebody at 13, just like the dude Nick said. Wrong package, right time, or shit like that. You might meet somebody at 13 that's not right for you. You 33, now y'all perfect for each other. Now life is pleasant. Now y'all in totally different positions. Now y'all on the same wavelength. So all that, you can't fall in love at 14, you can't fall in love at 16, that's cap. You can fall in love at whatever you can fall in love. If you saying 7, 8, 9, 10, okay, you a little young out of it. Adolescence, you 13, you a teenager. You know what the fuck you want in life. You're not stupid. So that's just my perspective on it.
hey, wait, before somebody else go, hold on, wait, listen, right? Kev, I like how you did that. I like everything you said. But can y'all, like, it's mad people on stage, you feel me? And we spent way too much time talking about bullshit. We all know when we hear bullshit. If you feel like it's bullshit, it's bullshit. But let's stick on topic. How did your first love experience impact you? Thank you for that, Kev. Respectfully. Anybody else want to talk?
coming in, Mojo. You want to say something back, or we coming? What we doing? Because
No,
Mojo is open. What we
damn,
doing?
my mic is that shit's crazy. No, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'll wait.
it's still open,
I
bro.
don't know. I don't know what's going on.
All
That
right, cool. Now, I want to say something to what Kev was saying because that is true. You could fall in love at a young age, right? My parents would fell in love at 16 years old. You know what I'm saying? So you can vet it out. But since they already been through it, they taught me like, yo, don't do this, don't do that. That's what I was saying. It don't matter what age it is, but I'm glad that it was instilled in me when I was young, so that way I didn't make the wrong decisions, right? I don't want to make the wrong. You ain't got time to make the wrong. I don't care how young you are, what's going on. You ain't got time to make the wrong decision. So I just really wanted to emphasize what Kev was saying about, yo, it don't matter what age you guys fall in love at. You can be instilled, right things, the wrong things, right, left from wrong. Like you can be instilled in that in you at a young age. It doesn't matter. You got to know your worth, know who you are in the mirror, especially if you got good individuals around you. That's why I said environment matters, right? Who you're around, right? You could have been around your grandma, you could have been around your uncles, whoever, right? If you had people instilling in you like, yo, you're the best, or you're this and you're that. Like I see people do it right now. They tell their kids they legends. I got mentors and entrepreneurs and people that instill this in their kids at 8 years old to know who they are, to know who they are in the universe, right? So yeah, you got to know who you are so that way when you do get into relationships, the left or the wrong from the right, or not, or the decisions to make. So I feel like it's your environment. It's definitely your parents in the beginning, in the household you grew up in. So thanks for that, Kev. Let's keep it rocking.
Yo,
Over to you, Helios.
is my shit still unmuted?
Yep, it's still muted. Unmuted.
That's fucking crazy.
All right, the cue is Helios and then Sarah. So over to you, Helios.
All right, I'm gonna keep it brief. So, the benefit of hindsight, right? Being able to learn from your mistakes from the beginning. You got, we're talking about first love. I call that the practice run, right? You get a chance to um, enjoy the experience of having somebody you care about, but at the same time, more time than not, and there are exceptions, more time than not, that's not going to be the person that you're going to be, spending the rest of your life with. And with that, there comes experience, there comes knowledge. You gain from that. And I like to think of life in the essence of compounding this, right? So you're learning about yourself, being able to, as you get older, you be able to articulate yourself in a way where you be able to get the expectations or get the end goal that you're looking at in mind. Um, I don't know if I want to say love is love at this point in my life, but I do respect everybody in their standpoint. Um, but there's a lot to learn. You are given opportunity um, to learn about self-love. And when you are given the opportunity to learn about self-love, you are able to love people in a different and a more connected, intimate way. If you're not doing that, you're just bouncing from relationship to relationship, and that can be damaging, right? Because as you become older, your mind is not as sharp as it once was. So you can lose grip of reality if you don't tread carefully. All right, I'm gonna land my plane here.
That's actually a really good point because I think a lot of us do kind of lose grip on reality when it comes to love. Like your vision's almost clouded or foggy, and you overlook certain things or you act differently due to love. So that's definitely a good point, Helios. Over to you, Sarah.
Hey y'all, I hope everybody is having a good evening or had a great day at work. My first love experience, I don't even know how I would really call it like a first love. I guess you would call it like a kitty love, like they call it puppy love, play love, whatever you want to call it, was when I was really, really young. I was like 6 and I really loved this person. I didn't fall in love with this person. I loved this person. Like that was my boo. I was they boo. We had a thing. Like that was me and them. We was rocking. But in Catholic school, things are different, rules and regulations, and we had to stop and they had to shut it down and it was frowned upon. So that was my first little love, my first little heartbreak, you feel me? But like my first like love, like I could be like I was in love and I could see like us being together and doing all that type of jazz. I was like maybe 16, 15. Parents give that status like daughters can't date till they're like 16. They can't be with nobody. They set the rules in a household. So this person, they didn't have a car. They would catch the city bus to my side of town and would walk to my house. Like that person would put feet to foot to pavement to get to my crib or whatever. And it was my first love, and they broke my heart. Like they went off to basic training for the army. I went off to college. I was doing my thing. They was doing their thing. But the way it broke me down is when I found out they had somebody else because somebody saw them in the beauty supply store and that person didn't speak to my mama. You understand? So I called them and was like, hey, yo, I heard you home and you ain't speak to my mama. Oh, what you mean? Don't play with me. Everybody sees you. You're 6'8". I'm 5'5". You are tall as shit. You're big as fuck. My second, like I feel like every person has different phases of love. Like that was my high school first love. My real first love, like I bring you home, we be on dates, we take photos, stuff like that. It was hard. It was different. Like it made me not want to love no more. It made me not want to be in a relationship. It made me realize like, am I always gonna have to be the breadwinner? Am I always gonna have to be the strong one? Am I gonna always have to take up the slack in every other relationship because that's what I wound up doing in that relationship. And I realized the next person I fall in love with, they're not going to be my first love, but prayerfully and hope to God they'll be my last and continuing love that I'll always have because that's how it shaped me to where you want that, you desire that, you crave that, you fiend for that. Like it's sometimes people become addicted off that. I want love, I need that love. And that's just one thing I don't crave as an addiction because I'm like, love can come and go, but respect is something you always have. So if there's no respect there, you're not gonna have that love to build off of.
Absolutely, Sarah. And I feel like, you know, although it was a negative impact, your first love, in a way, like I feel like you probably took so much from it and you took so much positivity, and now you know yourself better and you know like what to expect out of people and what to expect in a relationship. And now going forward, like that's one of those things, it's like your first love is always in the back of your head in some way, somehow, whether it's a positive light or a negative light. It's like that first love is almost like one of the most impactful things. So yeah, I definitely appreciate that, Miss Sarah. um Mojo, what you throwing up that question face for? You got some?
I'm a pull off this real quick. The crazy part is though, that person hit me up not too long ago. They're married with like 4 kids and was like, I found all your letters. I found all the gifts you sent when I was in basic. And that made me feel some type of way. Go to hell. Y'all know my phrase. Go straight to hell. Don't
Oof.
do that.
And
Don't do
don't
that.
pass go.
Look, you cannot collect 200. Go past go. Go straight to hell. Go all the way to hell. You see what you lost. That ain't my problem. Go on about your life. Go on about your business. Please move around. And some people get stuck up on their first love. I don't know if y'all covered it or not. I'm just getting off work. I'm just kind of sitting in the Jeep chilling or whatever, decompressing. But some people get stuck up on their first love. They get stuck up on that first situation and they never learn how to grow from it. They never learn how to build from it. They never learn how to move on. They never learn how to be their own person and they're stuck in the I'm this category. I'm supposed to be this. This is the eyesight and the view they kept me in and this is how I'm supposed to live my life. But if people don't see who they are in the mirror and really know who they are from within their soul and their heart, they're not going to be able to move forward and be the better person. Mojo, what's up? What's up, Mojo Dojo? Because I'm looking at your emoji kind. Mojo's here? Yes, Mojo.
Suddenly he don't know how to unmute now, and that's crazy.
Welcome to Death Row, Mojo. Welcome. Cause definitely the next person that get with me, it's death row, baby. Sign the paperwork. We in there.
Oh, Cash Money 99 2000 vibes.
You understand
Uh-huh.
me?
I
Yeah,
got
it's death
something to
row.
say. I got something to say.
Go off, Whitney.
What up? Hello, y'all. My name is Whitney, and I'm an alcoholic. How y'all doing? I had a first love. He had cancer and passed away, and he was a DJ for WGCI, Timbuktu, and I met him when I was 17, and he was older than me. Now, granted, we didn't do anything. It was always just like, hey, what's up? But like on the low, like we'll talk on some like, just on some friendly shit. When I hit 18, it was kind of like, okay. He made me make the first move. So that way when he went to my parents, okay, she came to me type shit. So it was like, he taught me how to be, he taught me how to be Whitney. He did. And he passed away this month. And he taught me how to be Whitney. He taught me when I went to school, when I went away for school, frequently from Chicago to DC, every weekend. He taught me that a person is never too busy to come see you. A person always have time for a person will always make time for you if they really want you. He taught me that. And I thank God for that. Really. Truly I do. Because I see that in a lot of men now, whatever. How it impacted me, he taught me how to love genuinely. He taught me, first of all, let's get this straight. He was my first. Was my first. He didn't teach me how to suck dick, and not the Pornhub taught me that. But he taught me everything that I know now. He molded me. I swear to God, if he was alive right now, we'd probably be married with like 5, 6 kids. When when he passed away, I was pregnant. My last son is by him. But the guy that I was dating, he took on the role. And till this day, he loves that boy as if it's his own. Takes care of him as if it's his own. Because he saw how hurt I was when that nigga left me here on this earth with these people. I didn't know what the fuck to do. As far as like a relationship or anything, I didn't know how to I didn't know how to start over. I didn't know how to do anything. I didn't know how to I didn't know how to pay rent. I didn't know nothing because he was still teaching me and still molding me. Granted, I had parents for that. And they taught me, a lot of shit, but as far as him, I don't know. It's like it's different being taught stuff from somebody that you really, 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 really love. Really love. That was the first guy I've ever fell in love with. He was the first guy to ever break my heart when he passed. When he died, that's when my heart broke. Went home to take a shower. He had cancer. So he was in the hospital. I had to rush him to the hospital because he fell out. We was cooking dinner and fell out. I called his mom, called my mom. I didn't know what the fuck to do. And he told me, he woke up and he said, call the ambulance. And I was like, okay. I knew that, but I was such in a state. I'm like, what the fuck? Went, stayed up there for like a whole week. Didn't go home. The dogs was crying. They was gang banging. They was ready to fight me because I didn't feed them. Came home, fed the dog. Yeah. Stay at home with me. Type shit. That broke my heart. That took years to get over. That's why, as far as me, the dating pool for me now is complicated because of that. I'm just trying to find another him. That's what it is. And Nick, I was really going to call you today and ask you some advice about that, but I'm gonna call you tomorrow about that because I genuinely need some advice about that shit because I have this thing where I would never find a nigga like him. Period. Never. I won't. And I done been through, I done been across niggas like him. And it's just like, yeah, it's not the same. Shit. That was the first nigga I ever fell in love with. The first nigga. And once he left me, I was so fucking empty. A part of me does still feel empty. Like a lot of therapy, there's a lot of therapy. Like probably like 65% of me still feels empty. It's 20, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Yeah, it's been 8 years. 8 years. And I still have 60% of me that's like empty as fuck. I have no love for no niggas. I treat niggas like they shit. Cause some of them are. Majority of them are. My husband, when I was married to him, I thought it was just gonna be that, but it really wasn't that because Tim never cheated on me. We might have had arguments. He's a DJ. He might have had bitches on his dick, but he never once like even gave a bitch a Facebook or Instagram or nothing. And I thought I had that in my marriage, and I didn't. And that broke my heart. So imagine having your heart broken twice in an 8-year span. That shit emotionally can fuck with you. You lost your first love, and then you lost your first husband. At a point in my life right now, I'm in shambles as far as dating. That's why I'm like the way I am with niggas. Like, nigga, fuck you. Just give me some head. Because you ain't finna do shit for me that I can already do for myself. No. I don't want your love. Fuck your love. I don't want it. It's not gonna do no justice for me. Because I'm gonna do you bogus. I think that's why I am the way I am. But my first love impacted me in a very heartbreaking way. Because if he was still here, I'd probably be more happy and everything. So, yeah, that's my thing about that. So,
All right, let's take 3 seconds to throw up some hearts for Whitney. Because I don't know if y'all know, but Whitney be coming in here and she be shaking up the place. But Whitney, thank you. You know what? Thank you, Whitney, because like you really just opened up and you let us see like your raw emotions and your raw heart. And you let us understand like why you are the way you are, why you're so protective over yourself and your kids and your heart. Because that's some real stuff right there. You lose the love of your life, and that I can't think of a heartbreak bigger than that. I really can't. That would change you forever and ever. And it's something that sticks with you until the day you die because he didn't leave you on purpose. Somebody took him away from you. Like you had no choice but to lose that person. And I feel like death is one of the biggest heartbreaks in the world because it was a snatch. Like he got snatched from your heart, from your soul. And fortunately, and I mean that, he's still in your heart and he's still in the back of your head. And that's why you're going to continue to chase something just like him because he was taken away from him. He didn't leave you. You didn't leave him. He was taken from you. So it makes sense. It makes 100% sense why Whitney comes in here and she's so protective of how she is. Her heart, she should be protective because her heart was broken in the worst way possible. And it makes complete sense. And I appreciate you, Whitney, for coming in here. And I love when somebody tells their story because until today, like, I just thought this was Whitney's personality. Like, she's always been like super fun, outgoing, all that stuff, but she's always been extremely protective. And now it's like she just let us know why. And it's such a beautiful thing when you spend time with somebody in spaces and you learn a little bit more and more and more about them, like on Clubhouse, and you're like, you know what? That's why she is the way she is, and You deserve to be protective of your heart. And Whitney, I'm gonna put it into the air right now. You're gonna find that man, that love of your life, that person that meets those standards that that first love had for you. You're gonna find someone better. You're gonna do better because that's what he would want for you, right? That's what he would want for you is a man that's gonna take care of you, your kids, and do better than he did. Because we don't want the same thing. We want better. We want better for ourselves. We want better for our children. And that's what he would want. And I hope every single day that you know that that is exactly what he would want for you and that he loves you still to this day and that love means something and the fact that you were able to turn it and impact so many people the way that you were from that love is it just speaks volumes and you're an amazing mother and I hope you're proud of you because he would be proud of you. Sarah, over to you.
Thank you guys.
So Whitney kind of like brought up a memory for me that I kind of like put to the back. Like I ain't gonna hold it. So like there's a person that I met in high school. We went to school together. That person used to I don't know how they did it, but they used to check me out of school. We were in school together. They would go check me out of school, bring me whatever I wanted, take me wherever I wanted. And I thought because they did for me that they loved me. You feel me? I thought it was love. Until one Sunday I go to church and they was up in church hugged up with somebody that we was in church with. You feel me? And that shit broke my heart. Like I was boo-hooing. Talking about boo-hooing? Ugly boo-hooing. My mama said that person looked like an anteater, so I laughed it off and shut it up. Like, all right, I ain't gonna get hurt by it. But what hurt me was when I found out that that person had got murdered. And I knew that I had love for them still because they did for me. Watching my dad be like how do I word it? I don't know how y'all will word it. Somebody tell me the word when I explain it. You know, like when somebody apologizes, but they give you gifts for it instead of saying they sorry. Like I don't know what that's called, but that was that kind of person.
I don't know what it's called, but I know that I know that experience. I think most guys
So
do.
so that's my dad, right? So being raised with a parent in the house that instead of apologizing or they're sorry you're dealing with a situation or seeing something, they just give you gifts. So that's what I was raised around. So I thought that was love. I still kind of think it's love to a degree, but I'm still cautious when it comes to people giving me things because I'm like, did you fuck up? Did you do something? Is it something I'm not supposed to experience? Is there something in the background? Like, do you really love me? So like a lot of y'all know like I'm divorced, right? And I did love my wife. I was in deep mad over head heels for that woman. And that was like for real love. Like you got my daddy's blessing. You met my grandma. You met the family. Like I took you to meet everybody. And nobody meets everybody. You feel me? And to realize like you get played and you get played hard, that shit hurt. Like, bro, I was in Korea going through it by myself in a whole nother country, getting your first heartbreak, like your deep heartbreak as an adult is different from childhood. And I will be honest, like I turned to the bottle heavy when I was in Korea. And the military, they don't really, if you're still able to work and you can keep it together, they're going to push you to work. They're going to keep you grinding. They're going to keep you moving. So like I had to reevaluate some things. Like I realized I come on the Clubhouse and I be like, oh, thickest straight bone, and I'll be death row till I die. But it's not like that. But I'm really soft and gentle, and I know there's true love out there. It's just that heartbreak from that marriage that fucked me off, dog. Like for real, like that was supposed to be my forever. We were supposed to ride out into the sunset until we get old and decrepit. You feel me? I'm in a hospital bed. There, we in the nursing home together type love. That longevity, but it didn't end up that way. Some of y'all know what it was. Some of y'all don't. But we don't have to bring that back up. However, Whitney, I feel you. I love you, baby girl. I understand. Like I done had so many heartbreaks. I didn't even realize how many quadrants I had in my heart. I thought I only had one heart, but obviously my heart's made of steel sometimes because it keeps getting rebuilt. So I will say first loves are crazy. You have multiple experiences in life when you realize you love somebody, but when you fall in love, that fall in love heartbreak hit different. So it not only does it not only does it mold your relationships and dating, it molds your patterns and how you move in life. So I would say like be cautious in how you move in life because it can also dictate how you move around people that are just your friends, your coworkers, your colleagues, your partners, because how you deal with your heartaches and your heartbreaks, that can also mess with some of that other stuff too.
100%. Like, you are absolutely right because I feel like how you react to a heartbreak kind of puts things into perspective, like how you would react in a relationship and that kind of thing. So, yeah, definitely appreciate that, Sarah. Sorry to hear about your loss. That's never an easy thing to deal with, whether you love the person or you didn't. A loss is a loss. It's a human life taken out of this world. So, I can imagine it hit you hard. And especially in the army and the armed forces, in the military, like, you're already dealing with so much. So that on top of it, it just it hits. I'm gonna do a quick room reset, then over to Nat Cheeks. We are in another edition of Funk Talks. You are in the place to be tonight on a Wednesday night at 10:43 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Funk Talks is curated by the one and only Mr. JT Funk himself. And we are here every Wednesday and Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Appreciate every single one of y'all for popping in tonight and popping out, popping in those chat sections, raising your hand, getting on stage, and pinging up. Speaking of pinging up, call me, bing me if you want to reach me. What's up, Miss Honey? Go ahead and do a quick favor. Since we can no longer share the rooms to the clubhouse streets, the street cleaner came out, cleaned up all the rooms. We need y'all to ping up. Please do a quick favor and ping up. Hit that little icon, third to the right on the bottom, and ping your friends, get them out of those clubhouse streets for the street cleaners, clean them up, and get them in this room tonight. Pop up in that top left hand corner, that Funk Talks house, and join the house. Looks like all of y'all already did. None of you have pink tickets, so y'all already doing the dang thing. My bad, I didn't even know y'all already was on it. My bad. We are popcorn style, meaning that whenever the previous speaker is done speaking, you can unmute your mic and add value to the topic. With that being said, tonight we are talking, how did your first love experience impact you? Y'all have been great tonight, getting vulnerable, getting spicy, doing all the dang things, going left and right, up and down, but we barely scratched the surface. So, yeah, go ahead and roll your eyes. Over to you, Miss Nat Cheeks. Please drag it.
Hey y'all. Um, I haven't talked in one of these rooms in a hot minute, but I felt like, it was time to break my silence. Speak my truth. Now let me stop. Anyways, how did your how did your JT, don't piss me the fuck off, please. Anyways, how did your first love experience impact you? Okay, so I've only like had two boyfriends my whole life. Like, yes, I talked to people, but I never got into relationships with them. And my first boyfriend, I had love for him like as a person, but I wasn't in love with him. I think the only time that I ever really like been in love, delusional love, whatever y'all want to call it, love, was with my ex-husband. And if you know, you know. Yeah. But anyways, I feel like that experience, I'm really like, even though like it was a negative one, and like it didn't end how I thought that it was gonna, and I ain't get the happy ending that everybody wishes they get. I really did like learn a lot of valuable experience. JT, are you fucking kidding me right now?
Anyway, I'm about to yo, shut up. Anyways, so I feel like that one experience that one experience really did teach me like a lot about myself, and for that I am grateful for the relationship. Like I feel like it, like when you deal with things like that, I think it really like depends on your outlook on it, because obviously it could be like, the negative side to it, that is like, damn, I just want to close myself off from people, like I don't want to be with nobody, like fuck love, fuck, whatever. And I feel like that's like such an easy thing to do. Like I feel like that's always the easier option, because like once you get hurt, you're not really trying to experience that hurt again. But that's why I'm really grateful that the way that my marriage played out, because when I got out of that marriage, I kept telling myself, like, even if I didn't believe it at that time, I kept telling myself, like, no matter what happened or happens, I will never like close myself off to love, and I will never like, damn, how do I say it? I will never close myself off to love, and I will never like give up hope that there's somebody out there for me, regardless of the things that I've been through. Because like Nick and a few other people were saying earlier, like there's gonna be somebody who values the things that you value, who's not gonna cross your boundaries, who's not gonna sit here and play in your face, who's gonna respect you hands down. Like, and I feel like just because you had one bad experience, like I know that y'all know me, like most of the people in this room know me, whether it be in real life or just over social media or whatever. And I'm heavy on one of the people that be like, yeah, I'm not gonna get into a relationship again, but I really be lying. And it's crazy that nobody be catching on, because if you know me, you know that like I am.
You're a liar. We know.
No, I'm not lying, but like I said, if you know me, you know that like I'm a good person, like genuinely, like in my heart. Like when I really care about somebody and I really fuck with somebody, I will go through hell and back for you. And I'm not talking about like, oh, you cheated on me, I'm gonna stay with you. I'm not talking about it like that. But like if you going through something crazy, like we finna rock it out, and I'm finna rock it out with you. Like you going through A, B, C, D, E, F, G, yeah, I guess we're going through it together, because that's just the type of person that I am. But I realized that like, and this is another thing that I learned from my first love, was that sometimes like you gotta like, I don't want to say the word vet because it's been dragged around all fucking night and whatever. But yeah, like you really have to like see, like there's a quote that I've been like that I got, somebody told me about. I mean, I already kind of knew about it, but in the situations that I've been going through recently, they said it to me, and I was like, facts. Like, and it's the Bob Marley quote, and it's like, oh, like everybody's gonna hurt you in life, you just gotta figure out like who is worth the hurting or whatever. It's That's not the exact word for word, but it's something of that nature. And I felt like that's a fact, because every time that you date somebody, start liking somebody, start loving somebody, it's always gonna be a risk. Like, damn, this person could sit here and play in my face, or they could sit here and do X, Y, and Z. But I feel, anyways, moral of the story, all right, my experience, the things that have happened to me with my first love, I'm grateful that it taught me that no matter what, there's always going to be good people that come and go from your life. And just because one person hurt you and made you feel some type of way, that doesn't mean that everybody will. That doesn't mean that you have to give up on love. You don't have to give up on being a good person. You don't have to give any of that up. You can still very much be you. Because we talked about this in some other room that we had before, and I said the same exact thing. When you're a good person, you're going to attract shitty people, and you're going to attract good people. Everybody's going to be attracted to the good person, duh, because you're a good person. Everybody wants a good person in their life that can fucking be there for them and be their peace. Yeah, we all know that. So I feel like that, I guess, but you know what I mean, like you have to kind of be selfish with yourself without being selfish to yourself. Like, and that's it. That's all. I'm just gonna keep drinking my wine
What's
and keep
up?
listening.
That's what's up. Nice share,
You
by the way.
drinking? You drinking wine? My bad, honey. Go.
No, you good. No, nice share. I think relationships do teach you a lot of things, and the sentiments of what you were saying is true for me too. That's something that I learned too, is that in relationships people do hurt you, right? But who are you willing to go through that process with, right? And it's not that it's going to be intentional, because I think sometimes when we say people going to hurt you, like some people it's intentional with that mess. So I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like, you may get your feelings hurt or misunderstand something, but are you willing to stick it out? For me, my first love, is that what it is? First love taught me that I was fake. Um, and I know that makes sound kind of crazy, but what I mean by that is that when you're not really owning who you are and being true to yourself, sometimes we pick people in a state of existence that is not completely themselves. So you're getting what you are at that moment, which is not really you, if that makes sense. So that's fake, right? You're not really being yourself. You're not really living in your truth. And so you end up with somebody in that state of existence. And what I learned by that is that I can't blame nobody for that but myself, because I wasn't really being myself. So I attracted somebody in a state of existence of fakeness. And so when you do that, that person, you can't really blame that person. But at the same time, I can hold them accountable for hurting, doing certain things that was, contrary to the relationship. But at the same time, I learned from that is to just always be true to how I feel, right? And not go past, my gut feelings about different people and just life in general. That's what I learned. And then also, I just learned a lot about myself within in that relationship, what I could take and what I couldn't take, what I was willing to deal with and what I didn't want to deal with, and things of that nature. So, I mean, it taught me a lot. And then also, I realized that I really have the capacity to be deeply in love with someone to the point where it can be heartbreaking, and I experienced heartbreak in that situation because I love that person so much. And I didn't say, I do for no reason, right? I'm in every vow that I said. So going through that process of the heartbreak and feeling that pain let me know that I do have the capacity to really love someone in such a way that it's just almost mesmerizing and kind of like take you back some a little bit. But the fact that I can truly let go and be with someone and love them with everything in me, that's something to cherish. But what I realize is that I have to be very strategic and vigilant about who I give myself to in that way, because the dangers of allowing someone in your space like that, when you're like that, it can be very detrimental to the point of not wanting to be here. So like I learned so much about myself and how much like the lengths that I'm willing to go in order to make sure the person that I'm with have the best of me. So like, but to a fault sometimes. And then when it comes with like, if you start losing yourself instead of finding yourself, or instead of growing yourself, that's when you have to disconnect from that person. And it was so hard for me to really just disconnect like that, because when you in it for real, you don't want to, no matter how much the situation costs you. Like literally for them. So like, but everybody don't deserve that. And so I realized that that person that I was intertwined, my soul was intertwined with, my spirit, my mental, my emotional, my physical, did not deserve that level intimacy from me. And so I realized that I have to identify certain things in order to protect myself moving forward. So I learned a lot from that. I learned a lot about myself sexually, what I like, what I don't like, just so many different things about myself. And I appreciate the relationship, even though some of it was terrible, all of it wasn't. But I appreciate it because I learned so much, and I just learned to hold myself accountable. To be honest, I learned to hold myself accountable. I learned to, express myself a little bit more when it comes down to what I feel like is frustrating me. Not shut down because I'm the woman that will just look at you and walk away and be like, it'll be like the Sahara Desert. I won't say nothing. I'll just be gone. So I learned to express what I don't like and where my emotional state is with certain things. And yeah, just being willing to be patient and work through issues and problems and not fleeing at the first sign of trouble. So that's what I learned from my first love. So, but my first love is that wasn't my first love. I'm my first love. I just wanted to say that too. It all starts with you. Um, yeah, yeah, that's what I want to say.
No, I mean, you make some valid points because I feel like it's different for men and women. So, like previously in the room, you kind of missed it, honey, but like men were talking about like how, you should know who you are before your first blah, 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 blah. But typically, women are more submissive. Oh my gosh, you got a phone call. Anyways, so women are more submissive and men are more dominant. So typically in the relationship, and I'm just talking about in a man woman relationship, but we do learn from men every time we're in a relationship with them because we are more submissive beings. So I think the whole point and the whole thing is yes, we are our own first loves, but I think as women we take a lot from each relationship because we learn from men. But over to you, Mr. Helio. Stop looking at me.
Really, I had one more thing to add. I had one more thing to add. My dad was my first love, actually. And I had to understand the difference. When I was a kid, my mom had to really explain to me that that wasn't my husband. So like, yeah. That was my first love.
Helios.
All right, gang. So I think Honey did have some contributions. For the record, Sriracha, not all men were saying that. There was a group of men that were saying that. So I just want to clear the air. We weren't all. It wasn't a witch hunt. Um, I'm just throwing shade. That's all. But I had to wait till my daughter walked out of the room so I could talk about real love because I was trying to be PC. So now that she's not here anymore, um, so I think Honey did jog my memory. You know, your first love is your parent, and I think a lot of times we grow up in life and we'll be off balance. So, you know, some of us didn't have parents at all. Some had missed, um, and I think it's your gateway to um, developing, right? And I look now, and I was talking what I was saying earlier about the gift of hindsight or being able to see beyond. I'm thankful for everything that didn't work out because I have the wisdom now to be able to understand um, what's worth chasing, right? And I like to use a quote by Dick Gregory, and he says this. He has this quote, and it floats around Instagram a lot. Once you put on the magic glasses, you'll never see things for what they should be. You'll see them for what they are. And me as a heterosexual male, always been on the hunt, on the chase for the best looking specimen there is available to me. And then you grow up and you realize everybody gets old. And the things that make a partner beautiful, you can't and it has to be, it has to be introduced to them at an early age because very few um, self-reflect. So people, I wasn't good to my first girlfriend. Now that I think about it, I was actually pretty fucked up. But
Go to
you
hell.
know, well, hey,
Not you fucked up.
I'm just saying, I'm keeping it a buck. I'm keeping it faster than light on y'all ass. Not a lot of people are gonna say that. I'm just saying I wasn't the best. You know what I'm saying? Because I was looking for the best specimen, and she wasn't that. So that's being honest. But going back and I'm reflecting, right? It's not, looks have something to do with it, but um, it's not necessarily what makes people valuable. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know, having, there's something that, I like to call it, and it's something I can't really put into words, but I call it having soul. You know what I'm saying? You could be the best looking person, but you could be ugly as sin on the inside, right? You know, you look at all the fine actors and everything. Like there's somebody somewhere that's sick of their shit, and that's why they single, they outside. Just like I be trying to be outside. So with that being said, appreciate what you have. Learn learn to be authentic. I don't, that was something I was thinking about when the the drunk wine mixer brigade came in. So all right, that's me. I'm done.
I'm weak.
Respectfully.
I'm going to what?
Drunk wine brigade is weak as shit.
That is wild.
Crime Brigade. Who?
You know who I'm talking about. Don't act like you don't know. Out there
I
sipping. Go ahead, sip.
Here we
okay. I
go.
took two little sips. Y'all dragging it.
No, you always hop on this bitch drunk. You know what it is.
Yeah, she
Out
drink
there
on
bent,
Wednesdays.
like at a cute angle. Fuck out of here.
Can I be more
hey,
like a right angle?
hey,
Like,
yo,
That's wild. That's wild.
what I want to say? I was going to say something. I forgot.
Great. Thank you for that input, KB. Um,
Wow, wow, wow.
Okie dokie. I was gonna kind of speak on the topic a little bit, but I'll go in a
No,
little
no,
bit.
no, no,
So,
no, no, no. Go ahead, Sriracha. Go ahead, go ahead.
That was a cue. I was rude. I'm sorry.
no,
That
there
was a
wasn't
cue.
really much of a cue.
Go
Only
Oh,
thing
ahead,
I was
bro.
okay.
Go
gonna,
ahead, bro. Go ahead, go ahead,
I
go
only
ahead.
wanted to be added to the queue so I can say, yeah, go, yeah, I'll add you to it. I only wanted to be added to the to ask JT Funk about the topic because he been in this room for 2 hours and 5 minutes. This is
And
his room,
show didn't
Ain't
say
and
hi.
say
he
shit.
ain't said nothing.
A
So, Mr. JT
motherfucking
Funk,
Oh
thing.
my
Mr.
god.
JT Funk, how did your first love experience impact you, honey bun?
Honey bun is crazy. Don't do that to my brother ever again.
That's
So,
wild.
uh, first of all, I don't like the fact that you calling me out in my motherfucking room at my house. That's not what black people do. Okay, when you paying all the motherfucking bills, you don't call the shots. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how you was raised, but no, I'm just playing.
Privileged.
Yeah, white privilege. You know how that go. You know. But I'm here to bring the dialogue. It ain't about some mods come here and they always got to make it about them. No shade, no shade. But I'm not one of those mods. I don't really care to tell my story. I'm here to give people the platform to share their story, to listen. But since you motherfucking asked, I'm gonna motherfucking give it to you. So
Give
my
it.
first my first love experience. Actually,
I was in the first grade, and I know y'all probably don't believe me, but I don't give a fuck. But this is my story, and this is what it is. From first grade to
Speak
fifth
your
grade, right? I actually came across something on my Snapchat. And yeah, man, it was love at first sight. And we was together from first grade all the way up until fifth grade. And then, I was in love. I just had this thing that, we was gonna get married, we was gonna have a family. This is me at like, I don't know, like 8 years old. Yeah, literally, legitimately. Um, and
God
she hit me with that.
shoot him.
Can I please, I can cut you off. Can I go? Please and thanks. And she hit me with that news fifth grade, because this was a time where we all was going to like different schools and shit. She hit me with the, "Oh, we moving somewhere." Man, that shit broke my heart, dog. I was hurt. I was fucking hurt. You know what I'm saying? And that was the end of that, And I was dealing with that shit for a long time. I was shit, I ain't know how to handle that. I think I was like maybe 11 or 12, and I was hurt. I was That was my first heartbreak, and it wasn't like one of those crazy heartbreaks, but it was, she moved. And yeah, man, that's it. That's it. That's all. Sriracha, I don't know if that's the answer you wanted, but
What did
I
you
ain't even
learn from that? What did you learn from that, even at that age?
so I learned that I think that's one of the times I really thought about, just the value and appreciation of people. You know what I'm saying? Because I really enjoyed spending time with her. And I enjoyed time with her. It's crazy because like her mom and my mom they both knew we was girlfriend and boyfriend. Like it's crazy. Like nobody at that time period was like had a girlfriend and boyfriend. I was like the only motherfucker. Like, you know what I mean? Everybody in the school, everybody knew it was me and her. Like it was something different. Like I was born to stand out since the beginning of the time. I wasn't doing the shit that everybody was
Oh,
doing. At fucking 8 years old, I had a girlfriend, dog. This is crazy. But no, it just made me appreciate, the time spent with people. That was one of the first lessons that I learned because I was real, like I said, I was hurt, man, because I really enjoyed spending time with her. I thought she was gonna be the one, we was gonna get married. I thought it was gonna be one of those love stories that you meet at 8 years old and you be together forever type shit. I really legitimately thought that was it, and that's what I was pushing for. And it didn't happen, but I like I said, even reflecting back on it now as a 29-year-old man, I just really we had so much fun as kids. We did everything together. We played basketball together, like loving basketball. We was imitating that movie. You know what I'm saying? Like,
She rode your
we
bicycle. She rode your bicycle.
shut the hell up. She's on my pigs on the back. Yeah, but no, man, it was just
Dang.
hell no. Nah, she almost did. She was good at ball though. She was good at ball. I was trash. You know what I'm saying? But nah, man, it was really real shit. It was a hurt piece, man, because I really was like thinking that we was gonna be together forever, and she just like poof, just disappeared, and like I was just trying to figure out, So, like I said, what I learned from that, it impacted me in a very positive way. I turned the negative into a positive because it was like I just learned to appreciate those around me, and appreciate every little bit of time that I had with them because they could move, they could die, shit happens,
If you was
and
to ever see her again, would you?
I no,
No.
we brothers and sisters now.
Oh
Um,
Lord,
yeah,
I
that
was
turned
waiting for
incest
that
real
part.
quick.
Hey yo,
yeah,
I was waiting for
my
that
Why is
part.
that?
my mom and her dad are together, and they got like 4 kids together. My
I'm
brothers,
crying.
Oh
we
my
Wait,
god.
your mom and her dad?
yes, they listen. Hold up,
Oh
wait,
my
wait. This
God.
a plot twist. Listen to me. This a plot twist because they was messing around like maybe a year or two before me and her like met each other, right? And then I guess he got locked up, and then I said, me and her was dating, and then when he came home, him and my mom rekindled, and then years later they had kids, and I was like, man, I can't even get back with her now, man. She my sister now, basically. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's the real life. It's a wrap for
Oh
that.
my god.
The wrap.
That is
Hey, hey yo,
interesting.
you know
Just
what's crazy?
I
You
just
know what's crazy? Out of the whole story, that's the only part I was waiting for. I was about to say, bitch, wait till he drop this bomb on the ass.
Yeah,
I hate it
legitimately,
here.
we got her obviously her dad and my mom were together. They've been together for like over 20 years at this point, on and off type shit. What? I didn't. We never. No, no. We never had. We never fucked. We never had sex, bro. We was young. No.
Yeah, but like, nah,
So
how
I
we? No,
have
no, 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 Mojo. Fuck no, 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 no. We can't do. Nah,
First of
we.
all, this is a
That's
black
not.
household.
See,
So
Don't do
this is
that.
why. This is. Hold on.
I
Can
have a
y'all real
question.
quick? This is why, Mojo. This is why.
Oh shit.
This is
Wake it up,
why.
KB. Wake it up, KB. Let's
Oh
do
shit.
it. Wake it
What's
up.
going
This
on?
is why. See that comment right there is why motherfuckers think that we are the people that we are because the niggas like you. You always say, you know what type of woman you want. You would have fucked like niggas don't. Women don't want no nigga that's gonna fuck your stepsister, my nigga. Like that's nasty in a black household, my nigga. Like
That's the only
that's like
stuff you
fucking your
see on
sister. Like
porn.
that
That's the
ain't the
only
girl
stuff
in the
you see on
basement, my nigga.
porn.
Like we ain't
damn.
doing that, man. Like hey yo, hey yo, my mom, it's so much pussy out here. Why I'm gonna go sleep with my stepsister? Like, man, stop playing, yo.
Come on,
But my bad,
KB. Where
carry
we going,
on, yeah.
KB?
I have a follow up
Yeah,
question. I
that's
don't think y'all
wild.
Hold up, Sriracha. I gotta say something what KB said. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
my
Cause she
god.
woke some shit up. Hold on.
I had
But
my
that's
hand
why.
raised years
That
ago.
But
mic
listen,
is
I
clear.
got you. That's why it is important to wake it up, KB. Because when you feel like something's like uncomfortable or unusual, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm set. Like JT said, with like that shit's dead. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that shit. That shit's out of here, gone.
PTR,
Right?
PTR,
You know what I'm
PTR.
saying?
That PTR.
It's
That's
out
us
of
when
here.
we was kids. PTR. That's us when we was kids. Maybe like 13 years later.
Yeah, JT, I feel you on that, bro. On like that in the whole situation, and I'm glad you did that out of respect for yourself, bro. Because it don't matter if y'all not related by blood, bro. I feel like you know what I mean. The fact that you deaded it out of respect for moms, pops. You feel me, bro? That shows what type of characteristic you got, bro.
Like, he
Good
ain't
shit, bro. Let's
respectfully,
get it.
like, this, he been in his life forever. His, it's
No,
nasty.
Okay,
technically,
let
Mojo, but
oh my
technically
god.
we're not related. But but when you think about it, her brother and my brother are like we share brothers basically. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Mojo, we standing on principles around this bitch, man. It's the principle that the fact that his dad helped raise him, her dad helped raise him. Like, so I'm gonna go sleep with my stepsister is
Well,
wow, but
he didn't.
respectfully, that's crazy.
No, I get you what you're saying. Correct. Before her, yeah, correct, yeah. Well, we didn't know they was. Yeah. Her dad and my mom had kids. Yeah, absolutely.
So
But
listen,
they,
Mhm.
Mhm, mhm.
no, that's regular. That's shit that happened. That's not even the same. It's not the same thing. But it, bitch, if you married, that's just like me. That's like me. Listen, my mom and my aunt had a baby by two brothers. Two sisters had a baby by two brothers. We related on both sides. So it happens. It's common as fuck. But step siblings is off limits. It's not the same thing.
Facts, KB. Wake that shit up, man. Thank you.
You
Like,
had a
and
question.
another thing,
What kind
Sriracha,
of
I'm gonna let
mic
you
is
go.
that? What kind
I'm
of
gonna let you
mic
go,
is that,
Sriracha.
Stack?
But hold on, honey. I mean, I'm gonna let you go, right? But my thing is this: see, as black people be listening to reply, y'all never listen to understand. If you would have if we understand half of the stuff that we respond to, bro, the questions will be limited. But y'all go ahead.
It's just like
So
dialogue in our opinion. They just want to ask
so
anyway.
love to listen to
Sriracha, go ahead.
okay. So I had originally asked JT this question, how did your first love experience impact you, right? And I want to re-ask the question, okay? JT Funk, How did your first love experience after your balls dropped impact you? Because I don't want to hear about no first grade stuff. I'm talking about like when you was more of a man and like I said, after your balls dropped.
The balls drop is
I'm not.
wild.
More like a man is crazy.
I'm not following you
I'm
because
talking about
Like once you got older, like middle school or some shit like that. Like first
like
like
elementary school.
A real relationship.
That part.
that
Don't
was
no no no
real,
no
that
no. Hold
was
on a
real to
Y'all, that
second.
was
him.
That
What the
a
was a
fuck?
real
real relationship.
relationship.
That
What the
was real
fuck?
to him. Like
That
yo,
that,
wildin'
was a
out.
real relationship. He just
that,
told y'all how long they was together, how long everything went,
Right.
and
let
how
the
it
people.
ended.
Yeah,
Right.
let
It
Look
the
at
was a
his
real
people talk.
PTR.
relationship.
He's telling you what it is. Now she's him. Okay, after that, when you got older, your next first love, how did that affect? That's all she's trying to say. Y'all over here trying to reach and shit.
Good Lord.
Somebody said real relationship. That
Y'all
was
get
a
on
Cause
my
real
nerves,
relationship.
goddamn,
bro.
y'all acting like a relationship with somebody ain't real if it ain't when they adult, when they balls drop or they had a fucking period. Like, come on, be for real. We
A
all adults.
period is
Yeah, somebody
crazy.
said that.
Like
So you
that's
basically saying
wild.
my relationship as a grown man at this point. Right?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Damn, you had to just fucking go around the corner and the back around. Like, what the
Oh,
fuck, man?
mommy.
Right.
Yeah,
You
fuck. That's
already
how.
know my balance is up. I damn near fell into the wall trying to walk around the apartment listening to that shit. What the fuck?
All right, and too many ads ons, and I don't forgot the question. So ask me again. Now I know the concept, but ask
Okay.
so I can answer.
Let's talk about your first love experience and how it impacted you as an adult.
Mm-hmm. I please.
Yo.
I
take
think
I'm
because
making
me
a mute
take
that
me to
might
church,
because
bro.
piss
I
me
think
off.
because we I think I think because we put spot I think because we
No,
put on the
Whitney. No, Whitney. No, 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 no. Mm-mm. We ain't doing
Ah,
that.
That
he ate
part.
that.
or
Ah,
you
he
just
ate
don't
that
want to
up.
talk about it.
Mm-mm. Not.
Okay.
I plead the
Hey.
fifth.
Hey, Siraj, don't be putting my brother on spot either. The fuck is wrong with you, bro?
It wasn't loaded. Like I just lay like
You nosy, my nigga. You nosy.
no,
Don't
I'm
do that.
saying because he sat here and explained his first love as like an elementary experience, and I just wanted to know
First
like
love.
about
Hey, yo, the title don't say your first love being
no, no,
grown
please
or
let me finish
elementary.
before you judge what I'm saying.
Mojo, you on to something?
Like I wanted to know like about his first love experience after he gained some actual like hormones and like was a little bit older, but plead the fifth.
After you hit puberty is what she's saying. After you hit
Basically.
puberty.
He already said he didn't want to answer the question. Like, what
Yeah,
the
I'm trying
fuck?
to move on from it.
Move
Oh, my
on.
Okay,
bad.
let's
I
have
didn't know
another
that.
let's have
I was
another
out of the
reset.
room.
Let's just do another reset of the room,
All
please.
right, so we are in another, the most dragon ass fucking edition Funk Talks that we have ever had, I think. And Funk Talks is curated by the one and only Mr. JT Funky himself. And for the first time in history, he has muted up. So let's all praise the Lord and thank God for this moment and write it down in our calendars. Go up into the top left hand corner of the room if you haven't already and join the house so that way you can see those notifications that we are having rooms. And when do we have rooms? Every Wednesday and Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I appreciate every single one of you who are here tonight on a Wednesday night because you could be anywhere. You could be asleep. You could be in the club on a Wednesday. You could be going up on, anyways. But and y'all are here, so appreciate every single one of you. If you do want to come up on stage, go ahead and raise your hand. We'll bring you up here. If you just want to listen, thank you for doing so. If you want to add value to the chat section, do so as you please. This is your place to do as you please. We just ask that you stay respectful. And by staying respectful, that means we are popcorn style. Whenever the previous speaker is done speaking, you can unmute your mic and add value to the topic. Um, in and out, we've had a bit of a queue, but right now we only have Mojo in the queue. So if you'd like to be added to the queue, please just raise your hand and we will add you to the queue. Tonight we are talking, how did your first love experience impact you? Super quick, just adding this to the little reset right above my beautiful PTR is a link. And this link is to Mr. JT Funky's latest podcast with Big Mac Stack. And it is on iHeartRadio. Hit the link, listen to it. Even if you don't want to listen to it, just let it play in the background. You can like mute your ears or something. Because could you imagine JT Funk and Big Mac Stack on one podcast? It does sound like it's going to be loud and they're going to talk a lot. So yeah, go hit the link, listen to the podcast even if you don't want to listen. Support is free. Virtual support is free. So do a quick favor, share it to your people too. Tonight we are talking, how did your first love experience impact you? Over to you, Mojo.
To her.
You wanted to respond?
Yes, I do. Um, you know what, Mojo? Now that you actually, that's the first time I ever heard you be vulnerable. So now that you actually put that out there, it kind of makes sense why you talk the way you talk. Don't take offense to what I'm saying. It's just my opinion. It just everything that you just said, it makes sense. Like so, I get why you act the way you act. Like you might not think that that's the reason why you act the way you act or talk the way you talk when it comes to women, but I get it, and it definitely sounds like when you talk about it, it sounds like it low key hurt you in a way. You feel me? Because you wanted more out of it, and it turned out to be the opposite. So I kind of get you. I kind of understand you a little better, just a little bit. But yeah. Speaking on the topic, I think I did speak on it already, but just in case I didn't, I'll be a little high. How did your first love experience? I mean, how did your first love experience impact you? For me, when it came to my first love, I think I was a little selfish and I was a little naive to the fact that I could have anybody. That's how I felt because the popularity of how, like the popularity that I had, like overpowered of paying attention to her. If that makes sense. So it was like, if I had the mindset that I do right now, and I go back and I try it again, I would honestly, and I would have my shit together. But now that we have a baby in the equation, I don't think that I'm open. I'm open to that. No, so no, but I just might be like I don't know if she was the because at the end of the day, I hurt her feelings. Like I broke her heart. I moved as if her feelings didn't matter to me. So and I'm forever like apologetic for that because that was just bullshit. Like I'm so mean and I don't know why, but whatever. I just feel like when it comes down to it, if I feel like you want some, you try to hurt my feelings type shit, I'm gonna get my leg back in the worst way, and I gotta stop living life that way because it, it's just two people who feelings is hurt. So, you know, God is not due through working with me. I'm still a work in progress, but yeah.
So just to kind of respond to KB and Mojo before Sarah, I don't know, Mojo kind of reminded me of something, and I don't know if we can always choose who we love. So, for example, Mojo, like we all know that you typically don't mess with women who have children, yet somehow you were still able to fall in love with a woman with a child, and that just even proves that, like, sometimes your standards and your checklist or whatever don't always mold to actual chemistry and love. So I could say I want to meet a man with A, B, C, D, and I could find a man with A, B, C, and D, but is that chemistry there? Is that natural bond there? Because that's more important than A, B, C, and D. Because in 20 years, is that checklist going to matter to you? No. In 20 years, is that bond going to keep you together? That chemistry going to keep you together? I think so. Again, this is just my opinion, but I feel like whenever somebody goes into dating and into kind of finding a mate, and they have this big long checklist of I won't date a woman with this, or I won't date a man with this, or I won't do this, I feel like, okay, what if your strongest connection or your chemistry or your bond is with somebody, in this case scenario, like Mojo, what if the love of your life, your wife, has a kid already? What if you? No, I'm almost there. I'm almost there. I'm taking you on a journey. I'm taking. Buckle up. Buckle up. So yes, we're very Italian. So what if like you sit here and you block your blessing because that woman has a child? Well, we won't even say that woman. You the love of your life has a child, and you're gonna go find the woman that matches your A, B, C, and D. But whole time you're supposed to be with this woman with a kid. Like I understand your whole I can't treat each kid the same because it's not my kid, all that good stuff. But like, you know, and maybe I'm being biased. Does it? Did you see my mic mute? Did you see? I know your eyes work now. Maybe I'm being biased because I am a woman with children, and Mojo is the love of my life. No, I'm just kidding. But okay, look now.
That's wild. Like that's crazy.
About adoption, I got a question. Um, oh, who had somebody asked a question already? Oh, oh my bad. So let me. Oh, sorry. Well,
Sarah,
I have,
hold on. Sarah's next in the queue, and she's been
oh, there's
waiting.
another queue.
Sorry.
Dang. Okay.
I got a question, Mojo. You said you've been messing on and off with Shorty for 15 years, right? Just yes or no? Okay. Now, within the 15 years, she's come back to you, right? Yes or no? Okay. All right. You've, this is probably going, fuck it. You've enabled her to come back. You've opened those doors. You've allowed her back in your life. So the fact that she's been able to do what she wants, leave her when she wants, and just twist she feels over these past 15 years, that's caused little poke holes, you feel me, at your heart, at your soul, at your your brick and mortar, at underneath your feet. You feel me? You get where I'm going? Yes or no?
We
Mm,
know what we hear. I know what I'm hearing.
mm. Hey, my G, I wasn't even finished. Can I finish? All right, well, let me fucking try. You over here want to cut somebody off. I was really trying to be respectful and nice, like they asked us to be earlier when they did the reset. What I was trying to say was, you over here on some, my woman, get on my knees, please me, this, that, and the third. I'm not gonna let it. What I'm saying is, she's given the opportunities to come back and forth. You're feeding her what she wants and what she needs, and if she's not getting what she wants from you, you're building her up for the next nigga. That's what it feels like, and that's what it's looking like to us. Overall, yes, she will be your first love. She will always be your first love. Because, like you said, when you say you love somebody, my boy. But at the end of the day, how much do you love yourself? How much of yourself are you giving to yourself, not to her? Because it feels like, it sounds like I don't know you and I will never know you. But off this app and what I've heard from right now, that little clip you just said, and you say I may be going down the wrong rabbit hole, I may motherfucking maybe going down, and I'll show a bitch how to go down the slide, okay? But it literally sounds like you're giving too much, and she knows she can get that from you where she can't get it from nobody else.
He's actually satisfied. He sounds really satisfied with the way she's moving. It's almost like a it's almost like you have created an environment that she knows that she can't get anywhere else. But it just seems revengeful in this. It sounds revengeful in the sense of, like, because the statement that you made about her going and getting married and having a child, and then you wanting to do the same thing, so like get married and have a child and then y'all come back together. I'm just confused on why do that even have to be a thing between y'all, if because it don't make any it just don't.
Like,
Hold,
why
hold on a
don't you
second.
just
Hold,
why didn't
hold,
you
hold.
just
Wait,
marry
wait,
her? Why
wait,
didn't
wait,
you just
wait,
marry her?
wait. Let me just finish my thought. Like, please, please, sir, because I know what I'm hearing. Um, so if someone runs off, this is your first love, and tells you a broke ass nigga, and you ain't got. Oh, can I say that like that? Oh shoot, I probably shouldn't say that like that. Um, Somebody tells you that you broke, I don't want you because you ain't making enough money, and then they go off and get married to someone else, and then come back and you're building them up and helping them with all these different things. That's a damn slap in the face. Like, I don't know, that's just logic, right? Someone runs off. This is the love of your life. Y'all in it deep, blase, blase. They leave and go and marry a whole nother man and have a baby and then come back and say, I was wrong. I'm just like, God bless your heart. God bless your heart. You are a very good man to actually allow a woman to come back, but at the same time, it's something that it sounds like you're getting out of, seeing almost like she's squirming to get your type of your attention, and doing all this extra stuff or whatever may be the case to keep you invested or involved. And then you're like on the other hand, yeah, if she don't do this, if she don't do that, if she don't allow me to do this, I'm not going to do that. So I'm just confused at, like, what are you getting out of this? What is the benefits of you allowing yourself to go through a situation like this where it's off and on and everything is up in the air? Yeah, I'm done. I'm just confused, sir. And don't be rude. You said, "Are you done?" Like, oh my God, you're done. Like, I would never do that to you. Don't do that to me. Please. Yourself. I didn't say that. But why? I understand what you're saying. No, see, I didn't say you harm or anything like that. What I'm saying is that somebody hurt you and like all of what she did and then came back and you gave her access. I can tell that you're a good person and you did it not for yourself, for her. That's what kind people do. But at the same time, kind people have to learn not to always give access to people that's unkind to them. And just because you forgave her and wish her well doesn't mean she has to be doesn't mean that she has to be in your presence and in your environment. at the end of the day. So I get what you're saying, but to me that is still harmful because the way because listen, hold on a second. The way you express it, you laughing, and that's actually a deflection for how you really feel. But anyways, but no. But the way you express,
Hey,
okay,
Mojo, let
okay.
her talk. Mojo, let her talk. Let her
There's
talk,
no
Mojo.
I'm
Let
not
her talk.
attacking you personally. So why are you attacking personally? Why are you doing that? I actually have a man doing it for me. I have a father. I have a father, sir. So thank you. Anyways, moving forward. So and even this right here, this behavior here lets
Y'all
me
gotta
know
learn how to
that
talk to motherfuckers, yo,
this
and how to
is
converse.
this reaction in the behavior that is actually taking place, it is actually proving my point. Um, but the way you expressed it earlier and what you were saying, even the tone out, excuse me, the tonality in your voice, excuse me, and the way you were projecting sounds hurt.
Go drink some water, honey. You come back because y'all riled up. But listen, um, right, back to the topic at hand. Is there anybody who didn't speak on the topic? The topic is, how did your first love experience impact you? So listen, if you already talked, I want to hear from you. Sriracha, I don't want to hear from you. Mojo, I want to hear from you. Heidi, you said you weren't gonna say nothing. Alexis, Terrell, KB, Whitney, you already talked. Helios. Anybody else want to speak on it? I don't want to keep hearing the same bullshit. Y'all stressing me
Number
out.
one,
Now I'm
I
being
haven't
nice.
spoke on the topic, asshole. I've only responded to people, dickhead.
All right, I'm
Asshole is
sorry.
crazy.
I'm
Nah,
Whatever.
Sriracha,
sorry,
you was
but y'all
going
stressing me out,
in.
bro. Y'all stressing me out now. I get it. Nobody wants to be fucking happy. I get it. Damn. How did your first love experience the impact? How did it impact your life? Like, come on, let's stay on topic. I ain't gonna
I
keep
got
cutting
a
y'all out.
You
question.
know
Damn.
what?
I
I
got
had
a
a
question
quick.
Yeah,
about first
KB.
love. I got a question. So I may have been, I'm gonna call it naive, but the person I lost my virginity to, I thought it was love. I thought it was love for real, like real shit. Thought it was love, but then I realized it wasn't due to some shit that popped off. But then they told me that, you feel me, like they lost their virginity to me. I was their first love, and they do what they do and they act how they act because we're not together. And I'm the reason that they can't get right. Nah, man up on your own situations. You're an adult now. You're grown. We're in our 30s. Get it together. Act right. Man up. Be responsible. Hold your own weight. Like, I did like care for that person that I lost my virginity to back in the gap, but it wasn't love. It was more of a I.
Love.
It wasn't even lust. It was a I. It was a strong liking, as I call it. I can strong like you, but I'm not loving you.
Infatuation.
Yeah, I was infatuated. Like, I was the head cheerleader. That person was the head football player. You feel me? It was one of them like, all right. It was just like, all right. Like, in my mind, that person literally confessed their love to about me to my mama in front of the school, and I was like, yeah, this will never happen, G. I don't know what you're doing. Pipe down. Like, I don't like embarrassment. I don't like none of that. Like, if you gonna do something like that, talk
That
to
was
me. Don't put
sweet.
me on
That was an
blast.
embarrassment. That was a surprise.
Nigga, that was embarrassing. No, don't do
Wait,
that.
what was embarrassing?
I'm at school. We doing the program. I'm over here fixing plates because I done cooked all this food to feed half the school, and I'm over here fixing plates. This nigga looked dead at my mom and said, "I love your daughter. I've been in love with your daughter since she got in here the ninth grade. We like seniors, juniors, seniors." And that person was like, "I would love to find a woman like her to be my wife. I would love her to be my wife one day when I get on my feet and I get everything together once I get out of college. Sarah, you gonna be my wife one day." I was like, "You're not
Embarrassing?
getting seconds, huh?"
That's missing?
Let me finish that.
You shut the hell up. I
That's
don't want
why
to
I
hear it
don't
right now.
propose to women now.
Excuse me, sir. I was 16 years old. I was in high school. My mind didn't know what was going on between me and this young person. I didn't need this person to say anything off the wall to where now I got to deal with the bullshit that I was dealing with at my house that nobody knew about because we had on a fake facade for the world. So everybody thought we was a motherfucking cleaver, happy go lucky family skipping down rocks and shit, holding daisies and picking flowers. You feel me? So before you jump over this motherfucking bridge and come down the Mason Dixon line, sweetheart, and come to the South, don't do that. Anyway, that was embarrassing to me because please don't do that. Please don't put me on front street like that in front of my mom. And I wasn't ready. Like it was one of them like I'm doing shit, and then I hear my name, and then I see you pointing, and then you get louder to where it gets silent, and everybody hears it. The whole school is hearing it in the cafeteria on some. I'm gonna marry her with the. Oh, please don't say that. Please, no, please don't do that. This is not it. Mm-mm. We will never be together, and we're not together. That person is married and he got like 3 baby mamas and like 5 kids. Like, no, no, indeed. So I'm his first love, and he said I will always be his first love. And he has all my social medias, and he follows me and makes sure I'm straight. But nah, that's embarrassed me. Mm-mm. That was pure. I couldn't do it. Like, nah, like, yeah, I thought it was love when we, lost our virginity, but it was just, I feel like now it's just one of them things that I was like, all right, maybe people will like me more now because not a virgin no more.
Okay, sis, I'm glad you got that shit together. I'm glad you got that nigga about your hair. It's fucked up he put you on blast, but fuck that nigga. But yeah, I'm glad you didn't fuck with that nigga because that was crazy. At 15, you in love with me. Like, matter of fact, I take that back. It's not crazy for a person to express their love for you. That's never crazy. The craziest thing is some people might not be ready, so it'll put you in an awkward situation. To know that somebody cares so deeply for you and they so in love with you and you're not there yet. So when it becomes a one-way street, it should be easy for somebody to back away, but they never back away. It makes them grasp on stronger. Like, I don't know if y'all understand what I'm saying, but
I feel
I'm
you.
picking up what you're putting
I
down.
feel you. I get you.
like
I
so it's
get you.
like sometimes people love at the wrong time, and sometimes people fall in love faster than others. You got some people you can be talking for 2 weeks, by a week and a half they love you, and then you questioning yourself like, what the fuck am I doing to these people? That's where I'm at right now in my life. So anybody, to all the people out there, that's no fun. Like, it's no fun for people to be so in love with you that they would do anything to make you happy and fuck their how they feel. Like, I think that's the most dangerous thing. Don't be in love with me so much that you don't give a fuck about yourself. Like, please don't, because that is scary as fuck to me. Like, if you don't love yourself, how the fuck am I supposed to? How the fuck am I supposed to trust you loving me if you can't love yourself? Like, that means that you never really experienced love. Like, you got self love is important, bro. Like, and a lot of people miss it because it starts at home. You feel me? You get taught self love at home. And if they don't love you, that's when you start to love yourself. You gotta love yourself before you can love anybody in this fucking world. So for all the people who thinking oh yeah, I love them and they love me, you can keep that shit. I'd rather you be loyal to me. I love me already. You don't have to love me. Be loyal to me. So I know that in the situation, I don't never have to question nothing that I hear that comes from you because I know how loyal you are to me. So, but I mean, a lot of people disagree, you know what I mean, and that's cool and all. But real is real, and I'm always keep it 100 with y'all. Like, a lot of shit y'all be saying, it be stressing me out, and I'm not the one to. I, everybody has an opinion. Everybody has an opinion, but sometimes we be saying things. I don't know if it's for people to look at us like we this person or that person. Like, you gotta be you regardless. Like, be you. Who gives a fuck how somebody gonna take you? Whether you vulnerable, whether you lovey dovey, whether all this nigga do is fall in love. Like, I'd rather be known for who I really am to be trying to trying to put on for some people I don't give a fuck about. Me, I could be heartless at situations. Me, I love me first, so I'm not settling for anything less than what I desire. You feel what I'm saying? So, and I'm cool with that. But a lot of people is not cool with that. A lot of people gotta like put themselves on the highest pedestal and belittle other people to make themselves feel like they're cool. In reality, nah. Like you gotta let you first.
Saying I'm picking up what you're putting down, KB. All I'm saying is um, not everybody get the same uh, home training. It starts to become evident the older you become.
Laughing. Please enlighten me while you're laughing. What is so funny? Let me hear one of your Prince Akeem stories, cause you keep come on, tell me what's funny.
After Mo tells why he's
Exactly.
laughing, that's the
No,
cue.
he just want to keep laughing. He go there.
Why,
You know
why
I
you
should tell you. Why you keep laughing? Why you keep laughing? Wow, what's funny? If if something I said was funny, please emotional and soft. So when you just oh my gosh, see, I always try to be respectful in these groups. All right, Mojo, yourself, because now listen, I always try to be, you know what I mean, because of where I'm supposed to stand and all of that bullshit. No, you don't have to care. It's not for you to care, bro. I never said you had to care about nothing. What I'm saying is, you said you said that people are being man. I didn't. I never said I was being triggered. But Mojo, it wasn't you just being soft? You damn near sound like you wanted to cry when you was talking. Bro, nobody was talking about you. The shoe must have fit, my nigga. The shoe must have fit because I never mentioned you. If I'm gonna mention you, I'm gonna mention you. You're not nobody. You're not. You. you, you I'm the one who actually mentioned the. Like, what do you mean? I never said I. The tighten up nigga me. You're nobody. Oh my god, it's wild.
Okay, so 2 seconds. This back and forth isn't going anywhere. So, oh my god. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're gonna move on from this back and forth dialogue. Aren't even talking about the topic anymore. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's
My
remain
nigga, you soft as hell.
respectful.
Get the fuck out of here.
And okay, so since you guys are begging me to talk about my first love experience, you want to hear about it so
That is
bad,
not what
tell
we
you.
are doing.
We what?
So listen, how did my first love experience impact me? I know you guys are excited to hear, right? So
No.
as y'all know, I've only been in one relationship really my entire life. Um, so it was a 10-year relationship and I'm only 28 and we broke up like 2 years ago. So obviously we met in high school. Obviously my high school sweetheart, even though we ain't sweetheart. But you know what though? I feel like I learned about myself so much leaving that relationship. So it's like it's why I say, and it's why I said it earlier, it's like sometimes you have a dating checklist and every single box on that checklist is marked check, check, check all the way down the list. But if that connection isn't there, then it's gonna go nowhere. No matter how hard you try to make it work, you cannot force a relationship where that bond is not there. I think that two people can have no bonds at all naturally and you can just build it. I think there needs to be some sort of natural bond, natural chemistry that can be built on. But if you don't have it to begin with, it's never going to work. So that's what my first love, my only love has ever ever taught me not it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I wasn't myself. When you're in a relationship that is turmoil on the outside, picture perfect on the inside or the outside, you aren't yourself. That makes sense. Like you're presenting the world with the beautiful picture of a family, but at home it's awful. And you don't see yourself, you don't know who you are, you're not yourself to your friends. Like you're hiding things you shouldn't be hiding. And that's why I say I throw my checklist out the window. I do. Obviously, you have to be a good person for me to want to date you, but I don't care. Like, I don't even have a checklist anymore. Like, if I meet somebody and I can feel that natural bond and that natural chemistry, that's gonna be it for me. Like, that's what it is for me. That matters more to me today than how somebody looks, how somebody like how much money they have, like how they are financially. Like, none of that matters because 20 years down the road, me and that person that I have this strong ass bond with are gonna still be together because that person that met all my previous check marks, we're not still together because we didn't have that bond. So I feel like what love taught me is like obviously I was young, super young, and more like materialistic things kept us together because you don't stay in a 10-year relationship. That's what people all the time like if you guys didn't love each other then why were you together for 10 years? It was a convenience thing. And that's something else that my first love taught me is like do not ever stay in a relationship for convenience or comfortability because leaving that family, breaking up the family was the most uncomfortable, most inconvenient thing I've ever done, right? Like it was not easy. I mean, I've talked about it before. Like I have to take accountability where I went wrong in the relationship because that's also how you move forward and how you move on in life is like figuring out also what part you played in destroying that family and destroying that relationship because it wasn't all him. I hate when people go on stage and they talk about how awful their last relationship was. Well, you played a part in that too. You allowed this or that, or you did this to cause that. It was a cause and effect. So that's also something I learned because I used to be a huge person to play the victim. Like, because it wasn't a relationship, I always played the victim. But I have learned that you have to accountability. Like, yeah, that man beat me, but guess who stayed? Guess who didn't tell a soul? Guess who made up excuses and lied for him? Me. It's my fault too. Just as much as it is his fault, it's also my fault. So I feel like I learned so much about myself after finally leaving my first love that it was like I didn't know who I was before. And now it's like when you meet somebody new after a heartbreak, it's like they almost show you things of yourself that you didn't even know. And that's what I find so beautiful about meeting new people and being with new people after your first love. It's like sometimes you're so heartbroken or so lost in that previous love that you don't even recognize yourself anymore, and that person shows you a different you that you didn't know. I'm sure I'm dragging it at this point. And I don't apologize because I do love to drag it, but
The
appreciate
mother
everyone
of
for
dragons.
the mother of dragons. Yes, y'all are my little dragon puppies. What's up, Monty? So appreciate all of y'all being here. If anyone else would like to talk on the topic or respond to something I said, I will go ahead and toss it over to y'all.
Well, we appreciate you, Sriracha, for diffusing the situation because I didn't see that how that was gonna stop. So appreciate it.